Welcome to The Devoted Golfer. My name's Woody Lashen, and my guest today is Gawain Robertson from ACCRA Golf.
Pleasure to be here, Woody.
Thanks for coming, Gawain. I'd like to talk a little bit about the club fitting industry. You guys got in the business about 13 years ago. Yeah. Back then, club fitting was considered voodoo.
Very true.
And so tell me a little bit about what you've seen, how you've seen grow, because you've grown steadily over 13 years, and the business has obviously changed a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? When we started 13 years ago, like you said, I mean, club fitters were kind of thought of as guys with knockoff clubs that didn't necessarily make products as well as the major manufacturers, and that slowly changed to the point where now club fitting is a generic term, and certainly we see on a daily basis golfers going into whether it be a box store and trying 3 drivers in a simulator and walking away feeling like they got fit and telling all their friends they were fit to the driver. We see other players or golfers who go into a teaching facility and they try a manufacturer's fitting carts, and they'll try 6 or 7, let's say, different drivers or combinations from one manufacturer, and they feel like they were fit. And certainly, that does have some credibility, but there's such a huge difference between what a professional club fitter, club builder does that I think people are starting to get the hang of. When we started 13 years ago, we've grown every year, and we've seen the transition from the consumer or the golfer realizing now that there's something else out there. And what you guys do is so different than what's, fitters that don't build their own clubs, to tolerances and things like that. You guys offer a different experience.
Well, we're trying to get the golfer to play better golf. We're not trying to sell them golf clubs. Yeah. I use that all the time. A lot of facilities, their goal is to just try and sell golf clubs, as opposed to let's get you to play better golf. And to get someone to play better golf involves a lot of things. It involves a lot of knowledge of understanding the different shafts and the products that are available, and the qualities and what center of gravities, what things can be done, it can't be done. And it's nice we're starting to see more people going, oh, wait a minute, I want to get professionally club fit, and then I want my clubs professionally built.
Yeah, you know what? There's such a difference when somebody walks into your facility, a professional club fitter, and you have a wall of different shafts, and you have all different profiles of shafts on there, and you understand them all. You've tested them all. You have an EI machine. You have a frequency machine. You certainly blueprint every shaft that comes through your door, and that's a different experience for a golfer to understand that when they get fit by you, not only are they comfortable with the tolerances of all the products. When you build a set, you're building it to a specific frequency, weight, all different things that ensures that when the golfer walks out the door, they've got a product that is consistent from start to finish.
Gawain, you got some new stuff for 2017. I'd love you to tell me a little bit about it.
We do. You know what? We've been looking at the actually, you can help me out with this one. A lot of the new drivers, we're seeing a lot of low spin, low launch products coming out there. They're hot as heck. Mm-hmm. They're forgiving as heck, but they tend to be much lower spinning than ever before. And in the past several years, we've been designing shafts for better players, for stronger players, that tend to be very, very stable from top to bottom. That's been sort of the trend in the industry. So we wanted to create something a little different, something that worked really well with the new drivers that are on the market. And what we wanted to do was create something that had some pop, but still maintain the stability that stronger players wanted. So this shaft's designed specifically really for a tour player or a very strong golfer. Mm-hmm. And what we wanted to create with the shaft here is a shaft that not only had a very, very stable butt section to give the player the feeling of stability when they swing, but we also wanted to use some of the new materials that are available now that weren't available several years ago. Some of the new high modulus graphite composite available has much lower resin content than ever before. This means a higher graphite content within the shaft. More graphite in the shaft, better energy transfer, better recovery times, and that's what we're trying to create, is something that goes faster but gives stability. So in this shaft here, we've used a new material which has it's a quad weave. So basically it has 4 different materials, high modulus materials woven together, and it runs the full length of the shaft. Most of the time when we design shafts, we use a weave in a certain section of a shaft. But this material here Comes from Japan. It's from Toray, the leaders in the aerospace graphite materials. And what it does for us is it gives us a torsional stability throughout the length of the shaft that's stronger than anything we've ever had. Yet we have a responsive tip section that allows a little bit more pop. It kicks the ball up a little bit, but maintains spin rates. And so we're really excited about the shaft because it's something a little different for us. And as you know, what we're always trying to do is, as a graphite shaft company, is give you different things to work with.
Yep.
And you know, with all of our shafts, we have different what we call predictive flight patterns. So this is what we call a 300 flight pattern. 300 is sort of a mid-low launch. We make shafts with a 400 flight pattern, we call it, which is a very low launch. We also make a 100 and 200, which is more for the average golfer, something that needs to get the ball up in the air. And you know, when you're fitting somebody, you see different types of people every day. We want to give you another, another product that will help you with certain types of golfers.
Is this a little higher balance point also?
Yeah, it's actually that's a great point. It's counterbalanced. Again, counterbalance allows for speed in a lot of cases. It also helps you with, especially when you get into some of the different lengths of shafts, playing around with swing weights. So we've added a lot of technology in the shaft that we've gained knowledge of from other shafts we've designed in the past, and we're always trying to get better.
I'm really excited to get my hands and test that. The shaft I'm even more excited about is the iron shaft, because I'm playing the current version of the iron shaft, the Tour iron shaft. So tell me, what have you changed, and how are you making it even better?
Well, you know what, iron shafts have been huge for us over the past many years, and I consider us to be leaders in the iron shaft in the market. And we have shafts from 40 grams up to 110 grams that are all for all different types of players. And one thing we try to do with our shafts is give you the option to vary flexes within different weight categories. But in our heavier weight shafts is something that we've kind of really started to develop and get more technology in the last 3 to 4 years. And at the beginning, I kind of resisted, I guess, getting into that world, the heavier weight graphite shaft, looking at it as a small market. But as the demographics of golfers have changed in the last several years, we've really seen more and more golfers looking at graphite as an option.
It's a bigger market than you think. I think we've proven that.
You have, and we're learning that all the time. And we've seen the success of our I-Series Tour and our constant weight shafts, which are in the heavier weight categories. And we've seen the success of that. So we wanted to add a new technology, and we looked to Japan for a really cool material. It's a tie mesh material. And we've taken the current shaft we have, which has it's a weave section in the butt section for stability, and we've added a tie mesh to the tip section. So what we're trying to do is get a player like you who's had success with our current shafts and give you something else to add even a little bit more stability, a little bit more consistency in your shot making. We want a graphite shaft to work like the other materials that are out there and give you the ability to flight the ball, have consistency and distance. And to do that, this material even gives you, again, more stability in the tip section, in the heavyweight shaft, in the stiffer shafts, to get the same feel you've had or players have had in the past with heavier weights, steel shafts, but the benefits of graphite. And the benefits of graphite are noticeable. I mean, certainly a shock dampening.
It's big for guys like me with a thumb problem that need that vibration dampening. It's huge.
Yeah, and you still want to practice. You want to be able to go out there and
I still want to hit the ball the way I want to hit the ball.
Exactly. So we're really excited about this tie mesh material. It's available in basically all of our sort of Tour Series ACCRA iron shafts. So all the heavier weight versions and some of the stiffer versions. And again, it's an addition to a really quality product already.
And if you want to be cool, you'll make it any color that someone wants.
Hey, and we're the kings of graphics, buddy.
Custom colors.
We've done so much, and this year actually custom colors have taken off for us. We offer these shafts in basically any color under the sun. And the great thing is that, a customer or a golfer can come into your shop, they can get fit for something like this, and then they can say, hey, we really like chartreuse.
Yes.
And we can get them a chartreuse version of that shaft. And it's a pretty cool option. We also do sort of etching on the shaft, so we can do a nickname or a cool name on the tip section of the shaft, and it kind of personalizes the product for them.
Yeah, they can get the great performance, and then they can get the cool look.
The cool factor is not a bad thing.
Gavin, thanks for spending a little time with me. My name's Woody Lashen, and you've been watching The Devoted Golfer.